Okay, so this is the run phase of determining what type of market we are in. And so far in this course, you should have watched the basics, the business model of wholesale, and then this will wrap up this part of it. And you should have also watched how money was made, the broad scope of the economy and the monetary system. And so let's wrap this up and finish this up with this concept, right? All right, so now that we know how to identify the market that we're in, we can identify how and what is going to be applied to that market, right? But to wrap this up, like, it doesn't matter what kind of market you're in. We know that inventory plays a critical role in trading period. Whether you're trading short, whether you're trading longs, whether you're doing a swing, it doesn't matter. It's still all about inventory. And the concept of inventory is something you must remind yourself of every day. And when we look at the mechanics of what moves the price, we find that size dynamic traders are the ones who actually move price. You know, the larger prop firms, the hedge funds, and these traders are the wholesale market makers and the size momentum traders in this market that we're currently in, as we discussed in the last one. And they take size positions, then move the market to sell those positions in profit into the flow of traders who chase price. Because we know the big institutions aren't in the market right now, and the inventory is the position of these traders. In the day time frame, we see it move back and forth as these traders will carry out their business agenda. And these traders who move the market have their inventory. So, for example, like if they buy a large amount of product, they'll move the market higher, then hold it higher to sell that product at the highest possible price. Just as we discussed, in the business model of wholesale, like they buy the market low, they force the price up, they place a big bid to hold the price up to the level that they want to sell the market to all the people who are chasing the price. And as wholesale is selling their position that they bought much lower and they have the bid sitting there supporting the market to be higher, right? They will sell a good amount of it to traders who had chased the price higher. And then one or two things will happen. If the market has strong buying in it, where we will see from strong internals and size price movement, that the market will keep attracting new buyers and price will go higher. What will happen is if the buying in the market has been by size traders moving the price higher to sell the product at profit, right? This will cause trap longs, and then the market will retrace the move up as soon as the buying has subsided. And this shouldn't be a new concept that you're thinking of. Like, if this still is confusing, like, you probably should start back at this section of the business model of wholesale until you get this concept. Because by no means should you ever move forward if you don't understand the section, right? And this first section in the course is a criteria before you open up one chart and before you put one dime in the market. So here's an example of how the position or inventory or size market participations moves during a day or the Globex period, right? And the movement of this inventory is what moves the price we trade. Understanding when to trade and which direction to trade is all predicted on inventory, right? Simply put, like, if you are buying the market when inventory is long and selling off or correcting, you are trading against the flow of size traders. In the same regards, if you are short in the market in an area where no one who actually owns the product is selling, then you are in for a rude awakening. And that's the reason the market's so high right now. We're literally using short positions as a kickstand. And every time it drops down, like we discussed in the previous section, every time we start dropping down, instead of the shorts covering, which means closing their short positions, they continue to add on to it, thinking this is the crash of the century, And understanding the commerce that actually produces the price movement in the charts we look at is essential to trading in any frame whatsoever. So now let's look. The candle chart here shows us how size traders accumulate positions under VWAP, then move the market over VWAP to sell those positions to new longs. And this process is the wholesale process that moves price when large investors are absent from the market as they are now. Time is taken to accumulate larger positions at the lowest possible price. Then the market is taken over VWAP to sell into a new retail flow of longs coming in who are chasing the price. And knowing this type of buying is not permanent, we use this to adjust our expectations when trading long, for example. We sell into buying strength, knowing full well that price will come back lower once they have run out of buyers willing to pay a higher price. So once they get sick of paying at that price, they're going to stop buying, and then wholesale is going to bring the market back down. And then in addition, as traders get piled up long without any upside, they will grow weary and start to sell into the market where we have little supply. This is how price moves lower. Remember, in markets with very few outside sellers or any supply in it, it will take time for traps longs to realize they're trapped and start to sell. And that's how we create supply in the market that is a wholesale dominated market, to push price lowers. All these people are saying they're confused why the market's operating the way it is, but honestly, it's a simple asset managed market, right? Remember, we discussed this as well. And once you get this through your skull, you're going to be able to trade easier, right? That Apple and these big stocks move the indexes, and the indexes will not it will not go down, and supply will not open up unless it's a wholesale dominant market where we buy low, push the price up, hold the price up, sell what we have. When people get sick of buying it, they sell their position. And then it's a rinse and repeat. You're selling the same car over and over and over again, and nobody's blinking an eye. So hopefully this helps. Later.